I'm gonna try to see if I can get the mic air settings right. So this is a coin that I was talking about. It's a small, I call it a coin, but it's just a, yeah, looks like a little flat little coin. This is the magnetic part that goes onto the back of the mic air. This little fuzzy thing is what they call the dead cat, and you don't always have to have it on. I do put it on when I'm wearing the mic down here on the Suron, and it seems to help. And I haven't tried it without it. So this is what the mic looks without the dead cat, and that's how I'm gonna test it first. I'm gonna test it first without the dead cat, and I put dual track on the X5. So I paired the mic air and I set it to dual track. So it's going to be picking up the audio from the X5, and it's also going to be picking up the audio from the mic. Now what I did this time different, I went to the Bluetooth audio settings and I set this to noise reduction off. So it isn't doing any noise reduction. And I figured I don't need it because it's going to be inside the helmet. And then I went into the audio settings, which is a separate menu, and I changed it to gain -9 decibels. I'm going to go for a couple of rides right now, and I'm going to be testing the settings on the mic. I'm going to get onto the freeway. On my way over there, the settings right now, I have the Bluetooth settings, which controls the mic air to noise reduction off. There's also an audio settings menu, and that one I set to gain. I set it to -9 decibels. That's how I was getting that scratchy, staticky sound, because I have the mic so close to my mouth that the gain needs to be dropped to. I'm trying the lowest setting right now. I heard some yesterday. I watched a YouTube where this guy set his to -19 decibels, but mine goes down to -9 decibels. That's the lowest that I can go. So we'll try right now. We'll go out to the freeway again. I have noise reduction off on the mic air, and the audio settings are down to -9 decibel on the gain. And hopefully right now I'm getting clear sound, and we'll see if having the visor closed makes a difference. Like I said, I have the visor open. It's windy out here, and it's getting dark, which is good. This is the first time that I'm recording at night with the X5 riding the motorcycle, so I'm curious to see what kind of quality I'm going to get. I heard it's supposed to be a lot better than the X4, and I didn't use the X4, so I don't have anything or any experience to compare it against. But it's supposed to be really good. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna try it with the visor closed now. Okay, visor closed. And we're trying to see if my voice sounds better, because I don't have noise reduction on. And my reasoning behind that is that because it's inside, the mic is inside a helmet, I don't need noise reduction. But I might be wrong, because all the wind and me going down the highway on it might still require for me to have noise reduction on. So that's the first thing I'm going to test. I'm gonna pull over. So I'm gonna go on the freeway for a bit, and then when I make that stop, I'm gonna take the noise reduction. I'm gonna turn the noise reduction back on, and I'm gonna go back on the freeway, and we'll see if that makes a difference. The only thing I'm not gonna change is the decibel setting. I'm gonna leave it at -9 decibels. So I feel that is what will make a difference with the microphone being so close to my mouth in the helmet. So I got a couple things going on. One of them is, I don't think I've given an update on the iPad situation. So let me tell you about that. I was gonna buy a new iPad, and I purchased a 512. And then when I did some quick research, I realized that the 512 only brings 8 gigabytes of RAM. So then I was like, no, that's not going to make a difference because that's what I currently have. So if I want 16, you have to buy the model that has 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes. So then I ordered the 2 terabyte and all the accessories, and all that came out to like $2,700. And then, like a week later, it went on sale. The iPad went on sale for like, I think it was like a $120, $130 price reduction. And I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go, tell them to give me a price adjustment. Meanwhile, I had 14 days to do that. So meanwhile, I'm thinking, well, maybe I could still make my current iPad work because it's not that old. And I started freeing up space on it, and I started finding that the YouTube Studio, when I upload, it was filling up, like to 30, 40 gigs, just stuck there. And I did some research on forums, and everybody was saying that the only way to solve that is by clearing the cache. But you can't clear the cache on the iPad. You have to delete the app. So there, I found a way to clear up my used up gigs, on YouTube Studio. And that's just for loading up and YouTube Studio is what I use for uploading the videos into YouTube. So I'm not sure why, after it uploads the videos, why it doesn't just clear that memory. It just keeps up using up that space. So that's what I started doing. Upload the videos and then delete YouTube Studio and then reinstall it. Kind of annoying, but it works. It frees up the space. And then the other thing also is that because I have my iPad the photos set to optimize, every time that I went into Insta360 and exported one of the videos, it went into photos, and then immediately it started syncing with the iCloud. And at the same time, here I am, uploading it in YouTube Studio. So I think that was causing some sort of conflict. So now what I'm doing is I'm as soon as I export a video, I pause iCloud photo sync. I pause the syncing with the iCloud photos. I put that on pause so that YouTube Studio could upload directly from the iPad instead of. I think what it was doing, it uploading to the iCloud, and then YouTube Studio was downloading it, if that makes any sense. So it just wasn't working efficiently. So I think that made a difference. And the other thing is that YouTube Studio, you have to leave it open. It has to be left open on the iPad, and when I'm uploading the videos, and I have to turn or disable the auto off, or the auto lock. I had to disable the auto lock so that it would continue uploading without interruption. So yeah, just a couple of things that I learned on there. And you know, I have 256 gigs on my iPad, and with you know, just kind of like educating myself more and trying different things, I've freed up like 130 gigs. Sorry, right now I've freed up about 200 gigs of space, so that gives me a lot of space to work with. So I'm only using like 50 gigs with my apps right now, which is it's a huge difference. Before I only had like probably maybe like about at most 80 or 100 gigs of storage space. Now I've got like about 200, and that's made a difference. And that's made a big difference for me, to be able to work with the videos, with the large videos, you know, whether they be 40 gigs or 80 gigs in size. So for that reason, you know, I just ended up taking the iPad back with all the accessories. You know, I just thought, well, you know what, I don't need to spend that money right now, because I actually found a way to get this to work. And the other thing too is that the new iPad will be coming out soon with the M5 chip. And I feel that that's, you know, the reason that the iPad went on sale right now, because they know that the new iPad is going to be released. So people like me would rather wait, you know, another 2 or 3 months to get the new M5 chip instead of buying an iPad right now. And what they did, thought the battery would last a lot longer than that. I've heard some people say that it was probably like 6 hours, but most definitely was not 6 hours. What's wrong with this camera? Okay, so it looks like I ran out of storage on my Insta360, the Go 3S. Now I'm on my way to go pick up an external SSD drive 4 terabytes because I've been dealing with an issue. I've been trying to accidentally deleted or accidentally erased one of my external backup drives, and I did get some software to restore everything. It's just that when it restores it, it brings back everything that was at one point deleted. So it's a 2 terabyte drive, but it'll restore about 3.5 gigabytes. Sorry, 3.5 terabytes. Though I don't really think it's going to restore 3.5 terabytes. But either way, I need to have a hard drive large enough for it, and that's why I was thinking, well, that's why this whole mess up happened, because I have two terabyte drives, and they're a little older and they're actually spinners. And I was thinking to myself, why do I have spinner hard drives? And I remembered, yeah, I bought those a long time ago. The cool thing about them though is that they're actually about this size, and they don't require an external power supply. They run off the USB 3.1 port. So I think that's why I've kept them so long, and why I like them. But anyhow, it'll just make life easier, you know, going with the 4 terabyte instead of having two terabytes. I just have one 4 terabyte. It's an SSD. Also doesn't require an external power supply, and it's about this small. It's tiny and thin. I mean, it's crazy that it's, you know, they have some that are like 8 terabytes. It's just a little bit too pricey for me, so I'm just sticking with the 4 terabytes, and I'll just put everything on there. Oh yeah, the other thing is the ones that I currently have, because they are spinners. I think they're around, the RPMs are like anywhere between 5,200 and 5,400, and your data transfer speed, I think it's like 250 megabits. In comparison, the SSD that I'm gonna get, go pick up right now, that's about 1,050 megabits. So that makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference because that's what, 5 times as fast for me. Yep. Time. I need things to get done quickly. Otherwise, I'm gonna get discouraged from doing them, and I don't want to get discouraged. I want to keep doing these things. I just need to find, you know, ways to help myself get them done quicker. Okay, we're gonna head back now. We're gonna head back. I have a dead mic Air and storage full on the Go 3S, but the X5 is still going. Yeah, this thing's a beast. It's what, like, battery life is supposed to be like 3 hours. I don't know, I haven't tested it to the max, but I have done about an hour and a half on it, and it, you know, it hasn't died on me. just gotta wait for them to bring out my drive.
How you doing, sir? Got the code?
7428.
There you go. Have a good one.
I don't need the bag.
Yeah, no problem.
Use that. Thank you.
Have a good one.